these are who has done? These are my question. Huh? Unaddressed. There is no questions addressed to me. No, in this. No. Good. Unaddressed will give it to Swamiji. We want to bring him here, no? So today also I asked him, but he said no. I already did so. So I said when piled up, then we'll bring. So try. Om Guru Parat Para Guru. Om Guru Parat Para Guru. Omkara Guru Tava Sharanam. Omkara Guru Tava Sharanam. Sukhakara Dukhahara He Parameshwara. Sukhakara Dukhahara He Parameshwara. Brahma Parat Paratava Sharanam. Brahma Parat Paratava Sharanam. Om Guru Parat Para Guru. Omkara Guru Tava Sharanam. Namami Brahma Namami Vishnu. Namami Brahma Namami Vishnu. Namami Shankara Tava Sharanam. Namami Shankara Tava Sharanam. Om Guru Parat Para Guru. Omkara Guru Tava Sharanam. Chidakara Guru Chit Swarupa Guru. Chidakara Guru Chit Swarupa Guru. Dayananda Guru Tava Sharanam. Dayananda Guru Tava Sharanam. Om Guru Parat Para Guru. Omkara Guru Tava Sharanam. Omkara Guru Tava Sharanam. A few questions are there remaining. Did famous bhakti saints like Mirabai, Ramakrishna, Paramahamsa attain moksha through the path of bhakti, or did they have to be reborn? It is heard that in Bhakti Marga, Bhakta merge with Bhagavan. By Bhakti, Bhakta with the grace of Bhagavan attain Jnanam? Question mark. Whose question is this? Where? Oh yes. See, those bhaktas, they got, first of all, they got moksha or not, they did not come and tell you that I got moksha. They did send a letter. And we believe, but we believe that they got moksha. So, but they did not say that we got this moksha by bhakti only, we don't have dhanam. They did not say that. So, it is not that dhanam means they have to attend 1 year course, 2 years course, 3 year course or something. There is no such thing. Or they have to attend, they have to study some 3, 4, 5 Upanishads or something. Not like that. They have dhanam, they had bhakti also, and then afterwards they got dhanam, as you have written, that because of bhakti, by the grace of the Lord, they got dhanam and they got moksha. Bhagavan himself tells this. He says, Macchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantasya mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha tesham shatata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite. In the 10th chapter, Bhagavan says this. Is really answer this type of question. Bhagavan himself tells that those who are my devotee, to them I grant this association with knowledge. Means knowledge, and by that they attain me. Because of their intense devotion, their mind is so pure, so receptive, that even some little bit upadesha, that you are not this body, mind, sense complex. You are consciousness, one with limitless Brahman that I am. Paramatma will say that. Or through somebody, Paramatma will say that. That is good enough. It is something like a dry matchbox is there. One time you strike, it will catch fire. You get light. In people, some matchbox are like very, very wet. So keep on doing, whole matchbox is gone. Nothing happens. So depending upon is a wet matchbox or dry matchbox. So if a person is like a dry matchbox, then one strike is enough. So Bhagavan himself can appear in some form, give the upadesha, or Bhagavan will send some guru, and through that guru Bhagavan will give upadesha. If mere worshipping the Lord in a particular form gives moksha, then Bhagavan Sri Krishna would not have given teaching. He could have simply said, you are my devotee, your moksha pass, permitted. He would have given permit. So he gave upadesha. And therefore, one thing is that all those people whom you have mentioned, they had dhanam. In fact, Mirabai, she writes, Mohe lagi lagan guru charanan ki, very beautiful lights. Bhava sagar sab sukha gaya hai, fikar nahi more taranan ki. That's a Vedanta. Vedanta says there is no real samsara. He said there is no samsara to be crossed over. That is the vision they had. And therefore, Mirabai also had lot of satsang, and in that she must have got dhanam. This question will be reduced, this type of question, when you understand what is moksha, what is bondage. More than what is moksha, first you understand what is bondage. Because moksha is equal to freedom from bondage. Now if you understand what is the nature of bondage, then you will understand my bondage is created because of, not created, bondage has been there because of the ignorance of my true nature. Moksha has to be in the form of attaining or owning up limitless. Anything limited you attain, you will not have complete freedom. It is one more toy you have. So many toys we had, one more toy. It will not give. Going to any place, attaining any person cannot give real moksha. So moksha has to be in the form of owning up limitlessness. And owning up limitlessness has to be in the form of jnanam. Bondage is in the form of sense of limitation, and freedom is in the form of owning up one's limitless nature. And that is, owning up is in the form of knowledge alone. Since bondage is caused by ignorance, and ignorance can go only by knowledge, therefore moksha is only by knowledge. Bhagavan himself tells that I am giving buddhi yoga. Bhagavan doesn't say those who are my great devotee, I take them to Vaikuntha. In Bhagavad Gita, it doesn't come like that. Those who are my devotee, I take them to Vaikuntha and have nice time with them. There is no such thing. Bhagavan clearly tells that I give them buddhi, I give them dhanam. And therefore, what you have written at the end, by bhakti, bhakta with grace of Bhagavan attain jnana. And you have written about that bhakta merging into Bhagavan. It is not that Ramakrishna Paramahamsa did not merge like that. Mirabai. You have got one example of Mirabai, but we have got 10 examples of not merging. Narsi Mehta is merged into? I am not sure. Mirabai, yes. Narsi Mehta, huh? No, but that Narsi Mehta merged into Bhagavan, that I have to verify. Please verify. No, it is not so. Yes, huh? Andal. So, okay. How many examples you have? 1, 2. 2 examples. But we have got 20 examples of great devotees who are supposed to be mukta, they did not merge. So what I want to say, I have nothing against that. If all of them are merging, also our Siddhanta will not be affected. It's not that we are afraid. Let them merge. But what I am saying, that it is not a rule. Otherwise in our mind that category will come. So Meera was greater than Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Why? Because Meera merged, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa did not merge. He was here only, body was cremated, I think. So it is not a necessity. It is not a necessary thing that physically they have to merge. That's not necessary. In some cases, that also we have only heard. Nobody has got photograph on all this. So we do not know actually what actually happened. Perhaps she disappeared and people did not find, so they made a stories. Possible. Vedanti's mind will think like this. But even if it happened, we doesn't dismiss our Siddhanta. It is not necessary that you have to merge physically into the Lord. If it happens, happens. Finally, you have to merge, not to merge, you have to discover yourself to be one with Paramatma. And that merger is not physical. It is at the level of cognition, you understand yourself to be Brahman, that is called final merger. So all these stories, they are very inspiring, but sometimes it creates complex. So when you go to the temple and you wait, how nice if I merge into and then from the behind said, Jalgandi, Jalgandi. Jargandi, Jargandi in Tirupati, when you are going for darshan, they will say, what they move fast, move fast. It's called Jargandi. So we need not imagine that. If it happens, happens. See, moksha is not of the body, remember. Moksha does not happen to the body. Moksha happens to the jiva. And therefore, whether body is physically merged or body is cremated, according to our Shastra, finally everybody is merging into this Ishvara only. Body is merging into Ishvara because the entire world is the body of Ishvara. So, he is merging into Ishvara only. But we want some very dramatic situation, so we expect that merge into that. If it happens, fine, but we should not give too much value to that. If it happens, good. So that our people behind will not have any problem of cremation or anything, free. So that is okay, good. But otherwise we should not give too much value to that. Is your question answered or not? Okay. If further you have, you can ask me. Okay. Ah,
Vedanta, you don't merge, you emerge.
not emerge. Emerge is not a. I would not use that expression. Yeah, just because merge we want to rhyme it, I will not use it. Immerse you said or emerge? Emerge. We don't emerge. Perhaps immerse you have said, perhaps is okay. But emerge, you have emerged already. Now you have to merge means you have to dissolve your individuality in the wake of knowledge. Yes. If Deva depends on the worship done by Ajnani Jiva, will they just go extinct if the Jiva stop calling to or worshipping them? No. It is something like, that LIC officers, they are given regular salary. But if the extra work is done by the lower level agent, they get extra commission. Achha, whose question is this? Okay. Is it clear? Yes. Yes. So, it is like an extra thing. Regular they already have, because of their own punya, they will have the privileges and life. They whatever time they are going to be there, they will be there. But this gives them extra nourishment. That will be reduced. All right. All these things are not directly written in the Shastra. This is based on our understanding of the Shastra. There is not that they have written that this, but the way things are presented, otherwise people say which sentence it is written, so don't ask me that. Some people are like that. So anyways, I have to tell them, it is not like everything is not written. Like doctor's surgery does, all situation will not be taught. He develops that in the situation is to be done like this situation, everything is not written. When a jiva gains maturity in the spiritual path, whose question is this? Yours. Is it natural that he or she does not look so much for the advice of the Guru? Yes, naturally. So in any field it is like this. When you grow in any field, then your requirement for the guidance will be less. In final year, generally, students don't depend so much on the teacher, because they are in final year. He initially required. So you are right, it will depend less. But there should not be any reluctance on that. So I am now 5-year senior student, how can I go and ask to Guru? That reluctance should not be there. If naturally it happens that you don't find the need to call or ask, that is okay. But no, if I ask this question at this stage, what my Guru will think? Doesn't matter. That reluctance should not be there, but if there is no need, you need not call. Like I don't call my teacher for once together, but if something is there, I call. Even twice a month also I call. Twice a week also I call, if required. And not required for months together. And my teacher also doesn't expect, oh, you are not calling me. That is not Guru. So Guru doesn't depend upon Shishya's call. Shishya depend upon Guru. Guru should not depend upon Shishya. Anyway, so answer to your first question. Then he or she starts to hear, read, sense oneself and to discriminate and discriminate of the impulses to action, craving, etc. It is like a feeling of inner peace and solitude. Solitude you have written? Yes. Correct, yeah, it can happen. It's not a question, I suppose. Yes, I agree with you. That can happen. And when you tell the teacher that, yeah, now I am feeling comfortable with myself and all, teacher will be happy. He is not like a doctor, oh, my what is called practice. Teacher feels happy. Once I told one teacher, I told that I can think about the absence of the teacher without any sense of void. I told the teacher, and teacher said, yes, I am proud of you. Teacher will not say, oh, you want me to go or what? So it's not that. The teacher is very happy to hear this. good teacher will always make his or her disciple independent at the earliest. Good teacher will not wish that, oh, my student should be always with me, massaging my legs all the whole life. That is not real guru. Like a good doctor would wish what? My patient should get cured at the earliest. Isn't it? Good doctor. Not that, no, usko thoda aisa dawai do, lamba chale thoda. Let it. It should not be there. Yeah. So, good doctor would wish, good counselor also would wish that his client or her client should get cured very fast. Not that 1 saal, 2 saal, 1 year, 2 year, let him come. Good counselor will not wish. Similarly, good student, good teacher would wish that my student should become independent. Therefore, you must have seen the teacher will teach, see, you learn this, how I am giving the interpretation. He will give the technique. See, this particular principle you follow, you yourself will be able to interpret this sentence. Not that he will keep it secret. See, if I tell you this, they will not require, they will not need me. That will not be the feeling. At the earliest, he wants that student should be independent. Student should be independent. Because he is not teaching the students for his requirements. Then he is not a good teacher. So, he will definitely be happy if disciple is having independence. But if disciple has got this problem, oh, my guru is horrible, I don't want to go to him, then perhaps guru may be concerned about the disciple. During our lives, we can see that searching for external objects will not fulfill us. We continue to feel incomplete. We see that this is not the way, but at the same time, we constantly forget it. No, because when I see that, see, if I do like this, no, then it doesn't start. I have to do namaskara to that. Really, I have to surrender. So he go to his feet only, then only. I always see some Vedanta. I used to do this and nothing happens. So then somebody go down. I said, yeah, that's true. We have to surrender. So yeah, the surrender things work. All right. Okay, so we see that this is not the way, but at the same time, we constantly forget it. Is it because of the conditioning? The conditioning has its own time to be burned? Yes. Yes, it is condition. In Sanskrit, they call it vasanas or samskaras. Like we have got certain strong tendencies where mere understanding is not enough. We have to work on it. We have to decondition ourselves. We have been conditioned, so we need to decondition ourselves. And for that, first of all, we have to acknowledge the problem. I am happy that this person who has asked this question, he acknowledged the problem. Many people don't even acknowledge that they are addicted. They have got habit, they are addicted. To accept that I am addicted is very painful. Because person considers himself, especially in spiritual pursuit, person considers himself, herself to be quite independent, quite mature. If somebody tells you are addicted to this, watching videos and drinking coffee or whatever, then it may make us feel little low. But we have to admit, at least to ourselves we admit, and if possible to some person you admit, some mature person, some elderly person, some guide or friend, somebody you admit. Then what happens when you admit, there is some space between you and the problem. When you acknowledge the problem, you create space. Otherwise you are what is called, you are keeping your cards to the chest. So similarly you are keeping your addiction to your chest. So it remains very close to you. So you just little bit let it go. Admit. And generally I give this particular 3 things regarding any such issue. First of all, I need to have the sense of possibility, that it is possible to be free from this addiction, free from this dependence upon the sense objects. It is possible. Sense of possibility needs to be accepted. It is possible. Some people know, Swamiji, I can't be free from this habit. ये तो स्वामी जी मेरे साथ जाएगा. So means it will go with me, means till I die it will remain. If that is your thinking, if you think that it cannot go, it will not go. So first of all, you admit there is a problem and it is possible to solve this problem. Second thing is, I am convinced that this needs to be solved. This needs to be got rid of. Otherwise, you think that, yeah, it is possible, but I don't think it is necessary. Like many people, alcoholic, they say that, I can give up any time. Why should I give up? That is what they say. I can give up today I can give up. But why should I give up? I can afford it. What is that? So the third thing is that I should be convinced of being free from that addiction, that dependence, or any inappropriate relationship with the object, people and situation. Means I should be very well convinced. Not that Swamiji is telling, therefore I should be free. That will not work. I myself need to be convinced that I need to work on this. It is for my well-being. Why should I work? I should be very well convinced. Unless you are convinced of handling some issues, issue will not be handled. You final yes should come from you. Yes, I want to work on this. Because I am convinced that it is necessary for me to work on this. Otherwise it will not. So third thing is that I should be convinced of handling particular issue or particular habit, addiction, whatever. And fourth thing is that I should be ready to sacrifice to handle that particular issue. If you say that no, if it get handle, I would like to handle, but I can't work on this, or I would not like to sacrifice this. Then also it will not be handled. These are the 4 things cognitively one has to prepare. And one more important thing in such situation is good company. Company makes a lot of difference. If you have a company of the person who is having similar addiction, then you will not be free. Because they will inspire each other. No, ये तो चलता है यार. Next year will give up. So I think they will, when somebody is feeling low, no, I don't want to start, then he will come and take you. And when he is feeling that, no, I don't want to take now, you will go and take him out. That's how it happens. So company is very important. What type of company you are keeping. And one more thing is, you need to have some good replacement. When you have got desire for certain objects which are harmful to you, addictive, then you try to find out some replacement. Like if some people are addicted to videos and all this, they should find out something. They can buy some IC recorder or something, and they can listen some music or something, or have some conversation with somebody. You need to have some good replacement which is equally joyous. If not equally, it should match to some extent. the joy you are deriving from that addiction. So you need to have good replacement. That is why they say bhakti is a very good means for vairagya. Why? Because if you develop this bhakti means what? Relating to Ishvara. And if you relate to Ishvara and you start developing rasa in that, singing bhajan, you feel so gratified. Then you don't require anything else. Or listening to Bhagavan Nama, listening to Bhagavad Katha, you feel so gratified that you don't require. So how in this de-addiction they do, that for tobacco they give something in place of tobacco. Something they have no replacement. So something like that we have to give some replacement. Because mind wants some gratification. You have to give him. So Rajasic and Tamasic it is addicted to, you have to give some Sattvic. If Tamasic is there, you have to give some Rajasic. Rajasic is there, you give some Sattvic. So replacement should be better than that. Otherwise some people said, I was earlier having this alcohol, but I stopped alcohol. I started taking drugs. So so replacement should be better. Otherwise you will from one problem to other problem. A replacement should be there. And generally I always say that pray to Bhagavan. When you are helpless, it is intelligent to ask for help. Ask for help to Ishvara. Ask for help from your Guru. If you have somebody Guru, you ask for his grace, his blessings. It will help. And so there are ways to be free from that. And by God's grace, by Guru's grace, by our sincerity, it will help. But whenever you get some free time from your de-addiction, use it well. Chidreshu anarthaha bahuli bhavanti. When there is empty time or some space, empty space where nothing is there, then again it will come back. That you should never keep that free time or free situation where again it can rush in. So make sure your day is filled with very positive activities. All right. Is it okay to do prayer at night before going to bed, or should it be done before sunset only? No, you can do it after. But generally in the bed we don't chant Vedic mantras. In the bed we are sitting. Before bed you are in the chair and you do Vedic mantra, you can chant. But in the bed generally we don't chant Vedic mantras. It's a tradition. Generally we maintain the dignity and purity of Vedic mantras. But you can definitely pray after sunset also. There is no, I think you have asked, who has asked? Yes, it can be done, no problem. Bhagavan is all the time 24/7 available. So for Bhagavan there is no day and night. Because here we have night. So for America it will be morning. So for Bhagavan he is all the time awake. You can pray. Is it okay to do morning prayer before sunrise? Yes, no problem. It is good in fact. Morning prayer before sunrise is good. In Delhi winter, sun does not rise till 7 am. So is it okay? Yeah, 5 am also good. No problem. Vedic mantra, I have heard we should not do Vedic chanting after sunset. Yeah, some people believe that. But some place in Gurukulam also they do it. But there are people who say that Vedic chanting loudly, they don't do after sunset. But I have not read any particular place about sunset. But I have heard about, from somewhere I have heard. But how authentic it is, I don't know. But this before sunrise, definitely you can chant Vedic mantras also. Can be chanted. But by chance, if you have done, etc., don't feel guilty about it. So Bhagavan will understand you. So by chance we have done, oh Swami, I have done, so papam, no papam. So it is a convention we would like to follow. So there must be some reasons, and until we understand the reason. Because one thing is night, why they say, because our night will have more tamoguna. So we may chant, we may commit mistake in chanting. Vedic mantras. Therefore, perhaps they must have said that not to chant after sunset. All right. What is mantra diksha? Mantra diksha means you receive a mantra from a particular guru. Guru will chant the mantra, you repeat it 3 times, and Guru will tell if sometimes there is a dhyana shloka for that, and sometimes there is a anganyasa, etc. associated with that mantra, he will tell you all this. So, receiving the mantra from a guru in a formal way is called mantra diksha. In one dictionary, Sanskrit dictionary, I think Kalpataru or this Vachaspatyam, Diyate Vimala Jnanam Kshiyate Karma Vasana. Diksha is there, no? So that they say like this: Diyate Vimala Jnanam Kshiyate Karma Vasana Tena Diksheti Prokta Munibis Tantra Vedibihi. So it is not a grammatical like Panini grammar derivation, it is like Nirukta types derivation. The conveys the idea that it will help you to get good pure jnanam, means defect free knowledge. And kshi means kshiyate karma vasana, karma and vasana, or karma vasana means the pressure for doing karma, that also karma vasana, it reduces, therefore diksha. So diksha is a formal initiation into the mantra. All right. How long and number of times chant the mantra in a day? Generally, they say 108 times you should do, if possible, morning and evening. But if that is not possible, sometimes they say the number of letters are there in the mantra that many times. 24 mantras, 24 letters are there 24 times. Or sometimes they say 20 is 27, because 1/4. So 27 or 28 times also sometimes prescribed. But ideal is 108. That is not possible. I sometimes prescribe people 11 times also. It should begin with, when somebody comes, generally I follow the principle of starting with minimum. Always start with, don't say that morning 2 mala, evening 2 mala, that fellow will not do. You tell that you do 11 times. 11 times Namah Shivaya, 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 Namah Shivaya. How much time it took? This much only. So always you ask for small. Always ask for very little. Then person himself will discover joy and he will do it. So there is no such fixed rule, but minimum 11 times we tell, and if possible 108 times. What are the benefits of mantra diksha? See, traditionally it is said that Guru will give that mantra which he or she himself has chanted and made it powerful. Means it has been Siddha mantra. He will not give any mantra reading the book. He will give generally, traditionally that is the custom, that whichever mantra he has mastered by doing the Purascharanam, means as many letters are there, that many 100,000 times. Suppose 5 letters are there, 500,000 times he chants it, and along with some dashamsha and all this there, it's called Purascharanam. So he has done that, so he has got certain mantra siddhi. So he has invoked the power of mantra in himself. And that Guru, when he gives mantra, it will be effective for the recipient. That is what conventionally believed. But nowadays, I don't think it is followed that people there's which Guru, which Devata you want, they will give that mantra. But traditionally, if it is received from a Guru who has already done the Purascharanam, then it will be more effective, powerful for the recipient. And one more practical advantage is, if you have received the mantra from the Guru as a mantra diksha, then your mind will be subtle. Otherwise, what will happen? You read the Shiva Purana, it said Panchakshari mantra is the best mantra in the world. No mantra is equal to this. So you start Panchakshari. Then you study Bhagavatam, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That is the greatest mantra. Dhruva got this 6 months, he got Bhagavan darshan by Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So you will think, oh, that is the best, because I am Panchakshari, Shiva did not come. So, so you will again change the mantra, and you will not have good, what is called concentration on the mantra. Once you have received from Guru, then your mind is settled. And Guru also will tell that this mantra should not be disclosed. That generally say. Why? Because otherwise comparison will happen. Oh, you got this mantra, I got this mantra. And that also both of you have got from same Guru. Oh, see, you got better mantra than me. I think, what did Dakshina you give? How much Dakshina you give? So all this problem may happen. Therefore they say keep secret. So that you have value, some sanctity is there, and therefore that will bless you. To the extent you have Shraddha, value in the mantra, it blesses you more. Yadrishi bhavana yasya siddhir bhavati tadrishi. Depending upon your Shraddha, depending upon your bhavana, attitude, you will get the success, benefit from the mantra. So that is why mantra diksha is useful. But suppose you have not got mantra diksha, still you can chant some mantra. But make sure you are chanting correctly. You check with your friend or check with some Purohita, and you can do it. What are the rules to follow? That you have to get it from Guru. Guru will say that some acharyas, they say, will give mantra diksha if you stop non-veg, if you stop drinking alcohol. They will give this mantra. And you have to do morning, evening this. So depending upon what type of Guru, tight Guru, medium Guru, the little bit light Guru. So it depends on that. Alright, so I think we have covered all these questions. Is there anybody question that not answered? Alright.
Yes, Swamiji. For Vedanta to work or start working, the most important part is to accept it as a pramana.
That is one, yes.
And how do we, because your mind has always been with more logic and things have been trained like that, and we're only used to seeing with our sense organs all of these 5 as pramanam. And we need to accept Vedanta as another pramana. Shraddha, how do we develop that, Swamiji?
See, we understand that what is the resistance in accepting Vedanta as a pramana? What is the resistance? See, sometimes we may have psychological background that we have been ditched by people, cheated by people, therefore Shraddha is not that easy. Or we have got some wrong ideas about the pramana. We might have wrong ideas that Vedas are scientific, and therefore if something doesn't look scientific, then how can Veda be pramana? That idea comes. So therefore in the beginning I told that Vedas are not scientific. Vedas are pramanam. And one thing is that you be with the people who have Shraddha. That will get rubbed off on your shoulder. So when you remain in the company of the people who have Shraddha, the Shraddha attitude will be rubbed off on you. And also you pray for Shraddha. In our Shastra, Veda, there is a Shraddham Dehi. In this what is called Samhita Dhanam, Shraddham Dehi. You pray to Bhagavan. Shraddha is such a thing, it cannot be forced. I cannot say from tomorrow onwards all of you should have come with Shraddha. All of you should have Shraddha, okay? If I say, even if you say okay, still you may not have. It's like love. Love cannot be forced. No. Why don't you all of you love me? Am I a bad person? Why don't you love me? If I say that. it happens. Shraddha is like that. And of course, some understanding of the pramana, how pramana works, what is the exact meaning of pramana, what is the meaning of independent pramana, understanding of pramana properly from a good teacher also will help you to develop. Because many times you have misconception about understanding Vedanta as a pramana. Many people think accepting Vedanta as a pramana means we should not raise any doubt. Raising the doubt is not against Shraddha. I have Shraddha and still I can have doubts. I don't have doubts in the validity. I have doubts in what is being said. I want to accept you to be right, but let me see how you are right. So until I get some answer, I can keep on asking. Same question I can ask. Nothing wrong. In fact, sometimes people don't have Shraddha and therefore they don't ask questions. Just because some people don't ask questions doesn't mean they got Shraddha. They are indifferent, therefore they are not asking questions. As somebody said nicely, opposite of love is not anger, it is indifference. Indifference is opposite to love, not anger. Even if you have some love for somebody, you may get angry with that person. But indifference has started coming, means love is going away. Indifference is opposite to love, not anger. Similarly, if you are indifferent to what Vedanta says, it means there is no Shraddha. So we should not think that having Shraddha means we should not have questions. And my mind is like this, I want to understand everything, I cannot simply accept. So we think that how can we have Shraddha when I have such approach? With this approach also you can have Shraddha. So we understand what pramana is. That's what Pujya Swamiji's one book that have recently come, Pramana Vichara. Please read that book, it will help. Shraddha. Another thing is, more we listen to Vedanta, more we see the relevance of Vedanta in our life, more Shraddha we will have. Like a doctor. So when we go first time for a counselor, so first we may have little skeptic. Then slowly, even the students when they come for the course, that how teacher would be, and especially for me, people say, oh, Swamiji is very strict, how will it go? But in course of time, they find that it is not that as they had heard. See, it happens. In every relationship it happens. So, more you listen to Vedanta, more Shraddha you will have. Yes. All right. Any?
Swamiji,
Ah.
coming back to the first question, through intense devotion, intense devotion, it is possible with the grace of God to attain knowledge. But in the chapter 18, Lord Krishna has said, Brahma bhuta prasannatma nashochati nakakshati samam sarveshu bhuteshu madbhakti labhate param. So, would you like to throw some light on this?
Yeah, Madbhaktim labhate param, that bhakti which will lead you to abidance. See, their bhakti has got the meaning that more and more commitment will come, because of which this dana nishtha will come. Danam comes, then the sadhana, the commitment for the nididhyasanam comes, and then dana nishtha comes. So there dhanam and dana nishtha, they are little bit distinguished. So people think that after dhanam bhakti comes. See, if you say also, okay, no problem. All right. Any question? Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. All right, so we'll conclude.